I decided to go to cosmetology school when I was a little girl. I spent a lot of time playing with my Barbies and cutting their hair and styling their hair. And I always tell people this, and this is kind of funny, but I spent quite a bit of time being grounded when I was younger, and my mother was very tight-knit about what that looked like for me, so I either got to read or play with my Barbies. And so I knew at a young age that this was something that I wanted to do and something that interested me a lot. So I went to high school, graduated, I was an athlete, I got a full ride to cheer at a college on the coast, and I kind of had to put going to cosmetology school on the back burner for a little bit because my parents wanted me to go get like a traditional education, and I did that for a little bit. I cheered on the coast, and then I came back to Texas and went to TCC. I have an associate's in paralegal studies, so that's pretty neat. And then after that, I decided to put myself through cosmetology school. And when I was going through kind of what schools I wanted to go to, obviously Ogle was one of the first that came to mind. It's a well-known school, reputable name, close to my house at the time. I decided to skip going to nights and just dive in head first and knock it out as quickly as I could. So I went ahead and went to days, and I went to the Fort Worth location. I went there, graduated in 2010, and I knew, like I said early on, that this was something that I wanted to do, that I was passionate about. I've always been in a leadership position, whether it be in school, in my athletics. I coached for a while, and I knew that doing hair wasn't the only thing that I wanted to do. So I went to cosmetology school with that mindset that I wanted to own something, that I wanted to lead a team, and I also knew that I wanted to educate. So probably about 2 years ago, I auditioned to educate with Wella and made the team, and I've been educating with Wella for a little bit now. And what I like with the correlation between Ogle and Wella is that now Ogle is a Wella school. So with that, as an educator with Wella, I go to Ogle quite a bit and teach classes, and we help with the Trend Vision photo shoots, we help with What's Next awards. And so knowing that and going into that, it made it really easy for me to look at resumes for assistants and see that Ogle was on their education and where they had gone, and I have a much higher level of confidence hiring people from Ogle because, one, I went to Ogle and I feel like I got a great education. I came out with a good head knowledge of what I wanted to do, where I wanted to go. I left feeling pretty well-rounded as far as education goes. And I knew that now, since you guys are Wella schools, Ogle's a Wella school, that it would make hiring assistants for our salon here a lot easier because some of that foundation has already been laid. I don't have to go back and teach color theory. I don't have to go back and teach a color line or applications or the standard in which I hold here. And also, a lot of the girls here went to Ogle. I would say probably between stylists and assistants, we've got like 10 people that went to Ogle. And I think that's a pretty good testament to the school, the education, the leadership. Everybody here is pretty successful, and I take a lot of pride in that, not only for myself, but definitely for them. All of the stylists here work really hard. We have a really high value for education and continuing that. And I think that going to Ogle set us up for success, right? I mean, we had the demand for excellence. We had the good education. We had a strong foundation. And there are definitely lessons that I learned from some of my instructors at Ogle on what it means to be a successful stylist, what it means to be above reproach, and what that looks like. So I take a lot of pride in where I got my education, and I enjoy now that with Wella, I get to go back to Ogle and kind of be a part of that team inadvertently through Wella.